Welcome back to Shifted Reality Season 2, Episode 11. At the end of our last episode, someone had bought out pretty much all of my fish market, which then I had to spend a lot of time fishing in order to restock it. This was never meant to be the moneymaker that it's turning out to be. But once you put up a shop, you have to stay dedicated to it and keep it stocked no matter what. Then, of course, there was the drama that was happening as allegations of rule breaking and diamond theft were going on. I had to do all the research on that. Oh, such a pain. But, we came up with a idea for it. They're currently locked in the nether, waiting for server forgiveness for someone to do a jailbreak and break them free. Either that or they will be let out in 1 week. We'll see which one happens first. Can't I just get back to being the guy who pays for everything and makes everything look cool? Well, we got the shipyard done, but I never got around to finishing up this coastline. And I want to tackle that today. And this is where we're going to start and see where we end up with. We are starting with some cobblestone just to bring up an even height to where we established for the shipyard, and we're going to bring it around the coastline here. And as we do this, we are going to come back and we're going to terraform and backfill in behind the wall and put a decorative front on the inside of the wall. I will tell you right now, do not start a process like this lightly. This is easily one of the most tedious projects you can take on in your Minecraft world, because not only does it take a lot of resources and you're placing down a lot of blocks, it doesn't really start looking good until you get near the end point of it, which can make you feel very frustrated and burned out quickly as you're just trying to get it done. So put some consideration. This is not something you're going to get done in a day. This is not something that is going to be a quick and easy improvement on your builds. But if you have the time and you have the dedication, you can definitely rechange your terraform around your base to bring out something that is going to be fantastic. And you will see as we get closer to being done with this. Hang on 1 second, I gotta go save Stick Bridge from the trial chamber, so let's take a little break from our building and then we'll get back to it. Okay, I think I might know why or what's going on. It would appear that when I was pruning this area for bias, I might have pruned his trial chamber and taken away the portal. Oopsies. That's okay, we can fix this. So yeah, I had to build a new portal to allow him to get out. That's a mystery solved. But that also means this is an entirely unrated trial chamber again. Alright, now that I fixed that, that was entirely my fault, so there is that. Let us go back to our building. Just to lay out the cobblestone line for where this shoreline wall is going to be, took me 41 stacks of cobblestone. That's a lot. But it's going to be transformative, and it's going to be interesting to see the change on our map wall. So I decided to take a break from working on my wall, and let's say I wanted a new portal that was separate from Guild's portal, even though they're basing pretty much together. And I knew the close proximity would make it difficult. I didn't realize it would be this difficult. I kind of messed up the portals even more. So now this one comes down and exit up at Wasei's base like it's supposed to. But when Wasei leaves, he comes up at Gil's portal. You go in Gil's portal, and you're at Gil's base like you're supposed to be. And then you go back through here, and we're back at Wasei's the other side. Oh, this should not be this difficult. I'm glad I thought to update my map of the area before I took on this next project. Because right now we are thinking and we're putting in a boardwalk around the outside wall. And the idea is that several of these larger ships will be docked there with the ability to come and go off the planks, and maybe have a couple out at the sea, sailing in or sailing out. However, with how close we are to the edge of the map on the boardwalk we're putting in, if I had started building out a ship to figure out exactly how I'm going to fit it onto the boardwalk, then that would have overly extended past it, and we would not have the original untouched terrain. So I'm glad I thought to expand this a little bit before we got too far. Got the new untouched maps, and now we can add in these so that when we do build out our ships out in the ocean, we will be able to see them both before and after. So this episode is running a little bit late, and we certainly didn't get as far as I wanted. I still need to put an outside edge on this and decorate up this cobblestone wall more so it fits in better. But it occurred to me, if I wanted to have these as docking slips for the large ships that are built, I kind of need to make sure I understand the scale and how high out of the water the ships would be so that, the crews can walk off the gangplanks and onto the shoreline. So in order to do that, I also needed to quickly build up a second ship that was actually in the water so I could see how it looks. And now this one we tried to do a little bit more complete. I looked up some real life ships and I kind of came to the conclusion this one looked a bit like a frigate. And the examples I saw in the frigates had a boom arm on the back end that would hold a triangular sail, as well as multiple sails going forward. And I'm not entirely sold on the overall height I came to. It matches the height that I saw on the real world examples of frigates, but I'm not sure in the Minecraft sense. It might seem a little too tall. So I'm going to sit on this for a little while and kind of let my mind process it and decide if I want to keep it at that height or shorten the center mass to be more in line with the other two. We will see where we come up with that. Building an entire ship certainly took me a long time. And if you've been watching my channel, you know I had some moderator investigation I need to do, which also took up way more of my time this week than I wanted to. And this episode is running late, so we need to cut bait and get it up on the YouTube. And I also noticed when I was initially trying to place this, I wanted to center it on this section so I could have a gangplank running this way and one running on this side. But unfortunately, I ended up somehow moving it over several blocks, and now it's no longer centered, and I don't have room to put what I was planning to on this side, so we're only going to have a singular one on this side over here. But we are going to press forward and continue to work on building out the ships that sail to and from our Frosthaven Cove. And if you've watched this far, don't forget to like and subscribe, and do leave comments down below about what you liked or maybe even what you didn't like. I would love to hear your opinions. And until next week, have a good one, everybody. Bye! Oh, yes, and a quick shout out to KNKS, who recently joined our server. I do hope that she enjoys her time here, and if we're lucky, we might even get some videos from her perspective too. Her channel is linked in the description below.